Will the CU Buffs start their season with a W? This is your Denver Sports Daily for August 29th.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
The new look CU Buffs take the field for the first time this season tonight as they take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I, for one, could not be more excited for this game. I mean, it's finally here. You know, the sports in Colorado are finally back. We've had to deal with a couple harsh months of Rockies baseball, and now we finally get something else to watch. We finally have college football coming back, and then next week it's NFL, and then a month after that it's NHL and basketball. It's finally here. It's the good time to be alive. So yeah, tonight, CU playing their first game of the season. And let's go back last year to CU and how they look. They finished their season with a record of 9-3, technically 9-4 after the loss to BYU in the Alamo Bowl. Wasn't really a great performance in the Alamo Bowl, but what are you going to do? You got to a bowl game. You brought Peggy there. So what else can you ask for from CU? A win. That's what else you can ask for. This year, you got to go to a bowl and you got to win one. That should be the goal this year. Now, of course, the elephant in the room is the loss of Shedeur Sanders and his weapons. Travis Hunter, LaJohntay Wester, and Jimmy Horn were all off to the NFL. They are no longer with the team. So will they still be able to succeed? Yeah, they will still be able to succeed. I can't tell you how much they're going to be able to, get over that hump of losing those players. But they will be able to win these games. These games, Georgia Tech games. I can't tell you what they're going to do against these preseason ranked teams. But with Kaidon Salter, they will be able to get wins like this. Kaidon Salter was, of course, named the starting QB earlier this week, and he'll be coming in with 4 years of experience at Liberty. In 4 years, Salter recorded exactly 7,900 all-purpose yards, 4,800, I believe, on the ground, and then another 2,000 on, or 4,800 in the air, and then 2,000 on the ground, and then 77 total touchdowns. This is a seasoned veteran when it comes to college football. He's entering his 5th year here with Colorado, and he's looking to make a statement. You know, it took a lot to get him here. And of course, you got a 5-star freshman waiting on the sidelines. So Kaidon Salter taking that spot over from the 5-star true freshman. He's going to be able to succeed because now he knows my job is not as secure as it has been. It's not. You got a real true prospect sitting right behind you in the depth chart. You better go out there and perform at the level that you have been performing at for the last 4 years. And I truthfully believe that he will be able to perform at that high level. I just can't wait to finally see it. And tonight is that night. Tonight we get to see Kaidon Salter don the orange, or not the orange and blue. What am I talking about? I'm thinking about Broncos. Don the black and gold for the first time. Now, when it comes to college football, of course, we know every game matters, and that's more than any other sport. You know, in any other sport, we'll just talk about NHL and basketball. You drop a game, who cares? There's 82 games in the season. Baseball, you drop a game, you lose a series, who really cares at all? Football and college, every game matters. You know, there are 12 games that you're playing in a season, at least. You got to go out and win every single one of them, especially with the way rankings are, the college football playoff. It all matters more than anything else. You got to go out and you got to start hot. And that's what they need to do. They need to start hot with the win against Georgia Tech if they want to continue down this path of greatness. And I say path of greatness because since Deion Sanders arrived here, every season has been better. You know, and sure, it's a small number that we're dealing with. We don't have a very good value to look at. But what we're seeing is growth. And if they can continue to grow and stack wins and get just a little bit better every single season, then Deion Sanders will have done his job. I have no doubt that the Buffs can go out, especially tonight, at least tonight, and get a big win against Georgia Tech. Now, the Buffs will walk out of the tunnel at Folsom Field tonight as kickoff is at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And the Buffs are going into this game as 4-point underdogs. And I don't want to say anything about betting, but we all know who I'm rocking with. Now, moving on, ESPN insiders ranked the Nuggets as the second most likely team to win the finals. The Nuggets have finished the past 2 seasons with Game 7 losses in the second round, but despite that, people are higher than them, are on them than ever. You know, And I've said it multiple times. We've had clips out on the station of me just going out there and saying it. This is a more well-crafted team than the 2023 championship squad. This is a better team than the team that won the championship 2 years ago. And will be 3 years ago when we're talking about the championship this year. They have all the pieces plus more. You know, what was the X factor on that 2023 team? You might say KCP, but it was Bruce Brown. You had a guy coming off the bench who was able to go in game 5 against the Miami Heat and put up, I believe it was 8 to 10 points. And that may not seem like a lot, but coming off the bench and providing at that level that Bruce Brown did, that was incredible. And the Nuggets got him back. He's back on the Nuggets. So with the way that the team is crafted now, yeah, they should be the second most likely to win the finals. They could be the first most likely. Now, of course, the OKC Thunder are an incredible team. They're one of the best crafted teams I've ever seen in my time watching the NBA. But the Nuggets are right there with them. Now, ESPN insiders released their rankings of the team most likely to win the finals. And the Nuggets came in second behind only the OKC Thunder. Now, the insiders used a grading system that ranked teams based off of votes. OKC received 101 votes. The Nuggets received a very different number, 36 votes. Cleveland got 27, Houston got 21, and New York got 11. So those are the top 5. And of course, 101 votes for OKC to win it compared to 36 for the Nuggets. That's a pretty stark contrast. That's a big gap in between those two. But okay, it's the preseason. You know, we're not even in the regular season yet. Having that, you got to look at where you're standing. You're standing in second by another good amount of numbers, 9 votes above Cleveland. So those are great numbers that the Nuggets received. Compared to the OKC Thunder, sure, it's smaller, but it's right there with them when it comes to first and second. Now, the clear difference this season between the past two and the way that the rosters move is the roster. The Nuggets now have a much more deep roster than they've had in past seasons, with the additions of Cam Johnson, an addition by subtraction, maybe with MPJ leaving, Tim Hardaway joining the team, Bruce Brown back, and Jonas Valanciunas back on the team. Jonas Valanciunas, now the Nuggets have a true backup center. Tim Hardaway Jr., great backup player. You know, could play that shooting guard, small forward, anywhere you need him, speedy, great addition. Bruce Brown, Nuggets legend, and Cam Johnson, efficient three-point shooter. Those additions are incredible. Now, the Nuggets were already able to bring OKC to 7 games in this past playoffs run, and in that game 7, they had a 10-point lead. There's no doubt in my mind, not a single doubt, that this new roster can beat OKC this year. I mean, you look at how well OKC is crafted from top to bottom, the Nuggets might just be better. They might be better. And maybe that's a little bit of bias talking, but how could I not be? You know, look at what they did this offseason. The GMs have done an incredible job building a brand new team that still has the same core pieces. It's really an incredible job that the front office has done with this Nugget squad this offseason. I can't wait to see them get back on the floor and just dominate this year, because I really do believe they'll have a better season than the 2023 championship season. They can go out there and win it. All they got to do is worry about OKC, and then it's easy cruising after that. It is easy as it can be. Now, that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I'll be back with you guys on Tuesday, not Monday. It is Labor Day, so there'll be no shows on Labor Day, but I will be back with you guys on Tuesday, of course, recapping this huge game. Game 1 of the CU Buff season is tonight. I can't believe it. I'm so excited to be here talking about it with you guys. Most fun time of the year, college football. I mean, come on. How could you ask for anything more? Now, that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I will see you guys all on Tuesday. Until then, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.